We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about series in C programming. Okay, we'll start directly with the example. Write a program to evaluate the series, and that is 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus 4 square up to n square. Okay, so how we can solve this series by using C programming. Okay, then firstly we have to do that we have to write or we have to find a mathematical equation for it. For example, a simplification of this equation in maths is like this: summation. Okay, we have to use this notation. Then summation, what will be the limit for it? For example, we are taking I as a control variable, then I equals to 1 to n. Okay, what will be the equation over here? That is, we can say it is 1 square, then in next step it is 2 square, then in next step it is 3 square, so we can take it is I square. Okay, so we have to implement this equation into our C program. What we will have to do to uh, reach up to 1 to n number, we have to use our loop. In each iteration of the loop we can have a different value of I, and then we have to do the summation through this equation, that is I square. Okay, so we'll start with the first. We have to take a variable sum in which we our final answer will be there, and we are initiating this summation variable by 0. Then we have to take and as a input till which number or till what numbers of terms we have to evaluate that particular series. Okay, for that we have to take the input, and that the input will take like this: scanf inside the inverted comma percentage d, and then we have to write n%n. Okay, then we are talking about loop. So we already discussed loop is initiated from 1 and it is go up to n. So our initialization is I equals to 1 and condition is I less than or equal to n. Okay, so it will be like this: for loop I equals to 1, I less than or equal to n, and I plus plus. Okay, then our equation will be sum equals to sum plus I into I, it means I square. Okay, in each iteration this equation will be evaluated, this expression will be evaluated, and we will have some value at the end of the this loop inside the sum variable. Okay, now a loop will be end over here, and outside the loop will print the value of summation variable. Okay, which is our final answer of our this series. Okay, now we'll see the demonstration of this program into turbo C++. Okay, we'll start our demonstration from here. I already mentioned the header files. I already mentioned the main function. Start with the declaration of the variable. I'm taking data type as integer. We have to use I for as a control variable, then n for the number of terms, and we have to use sum. We are declaring the sum variable and also initializing it with 0. Then we are using clear screen function, that is clr scr. Okay, after this we have to take input from user, that is printf, enter number of terms. Okay, we are asking to user, then we are taking the input from the user. For that we have write scanf percentage d comma n percent n. Okay, now we have numbers of terms also. Now we'll start the our for loop, that is initialization for loop is I equals to 1, then condition for it is I equals to I less than or equal to n. Okay, then we have to write I plus plus. Okay, now we have to create the body of the loop. Okay, inside this body of the loop we have to write sum equals to sum plus I into I. Okay, that's it. Now outside the for loop we have to write, or we have to print the value of the sum, that is our final answer. Okay, for that, summation is percentage d. Okay, and after it we have to print the value of sum variable. Okay, and last one is get ch. Okay, that's it from our program. Save our program by pressing F2, then check the error by compiling our program, and for it press Alt F9. There is no error. Then run our program by pressing Ctrl F9. Okay, for example, we are going for 5 terms, then our answer will be 55. For example, we are going for 10 terms, then our answer will be 385. Now we'll discuss one another example. Okay, our next example is write a C program to find this series, that is 1 plus 1 divided by 2 factorial, then plus 1 divided by 3 factorial, plus 1 divided by 4 factorial, up to 1 divided by n factorial. So over here, mathematical simplification of this series will be like this: summation I equals to 1, our limit or our range will be same like last example, but expression over here will be 1 divided by I factorial. So we have to do something over here to find the factorial, otherwise our uh, remaining program will be like this only. Okay, so for that we will have a first loop over here. That first loop is for our range, that is from 1 to n, and second we have to take second loop with the control variable j, and this second loop is to find factorial. We already discussed about factorial and we already see the C program for it. For example, if we have to find the factorial of 5, then what we have to do: 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Okay, so what will be the answer of this is the answer of our factorial. Okay, so we have to take a variable fact and we have to find the separately factorial, and then we have to do 1 divide by that factorial value. Okay, we'll start with the implementation. For that we have to firstly take a variable, that variable is sum, and we have to initialize it with 0. Then we have to take input from the user, and that input is for nothing, but it is for number of terms. Then outer loop will be start from 1 and it is go up to n less than or equal to n. Then we have to set the value of the factorial variable in over here, and it is fact equals to 1. Okay, keep one thing in mind, that we have to initiate this fact variable inside our outer loop and outside our inner loop. Now our inner loop is for finding the factorial. Okay, our initialization is j equals to I and condition is j greater than 0. Okay, for example, if we are talking about 5 factorial, it is starting from 5 and it goes up to 1. Okay, so till the value is greater than 0, then our loop will be increment, and over here we have to take decrement over here. Okay, then we have to write equation like this: fact equal to fact into j. Okay, over here our end loop, our inner loop is end. Then we have to write the equation for the finding the summation, and this is like this: sum equals to sum plus 1 divided by factorial. In each iteration we have some value of factorial. For example, in first iteration we have uh, 1 factorial, then in next iteration 2 factorial. So in each step we have some value of factorial, and then we have to do it 1 divided by factorial. Okay, after that our outer loop is end, and at the end we have to print the value of summation like this. Okay, that's it. Now we'll see the demonstration of this program into turbo C++. Okay, so we'll start from here. I already mentioned the in header files. I already mentioned the main function. We'll start with the declaration of variable. For that, I'm taking data type integer. Then we have to take two control variable I and j. Then n for number of terms, and we have to take fact variable over here. We have to take another variable with float data type, that is sum. Over here we are taking the a sum variable with data type float and initialize this with sum. Then we have to write clear screen function. For that, clr scr. Okay, after that we have to write printf function to ask for user for number of terms. Okay, so enter number of terms. Okay, then we have to take input from the user. For that, we have to write scanf function, invert inside the inverted comma percentage d, and we have to write n%n. Okay, now we have to write the for loop, and this is for outer loop, and we are initialize it with 1. Then we have to go up to I less than or equal to n, and then we have to use the increment I plus plus. Okay, now inside this for loop we have to set or reset the value of fact, that is by 1. Then we have to take our another loop, that is for, and this is for the finding factorial. We'll start it with j equals to I, and our condition is j greater than 0, and we have to take j minus minus. Okay, now inside this loop we have to find the factorial, and for that, fact equals to fact into j. Okay, and outside this for loop we have to find the summation. For that, equation is sum equals to sum plus 1 divide by factorial. Okay, now we have to do one more thing over here, that is a casting, that is float. Okay, that's it. Out now, outside the for loop we have to print the value of it, that is printf summation is percentage f. Okay, and we have to print the value of sum. Okay, and then we have to write get ch. Okay, that's it. Now we have to save our program by pressing F2. Then we have to compile our program for checking the error, and for that, alter F9. Now we are going to run our program by pressing control F9. Okay, it is asking for the terms. For example, I'm entering 3, it will gives 1.66. Okay, now for example I am entering 5, it will give us 1.71. That's it for this lecture. Thank you.